everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. And thank you for joining me for another Career Cafe with Dr. Addy. Today, we're going to be talking about being a spouse of somebody, a dependent in Canada. How do you position to get a job? As somebody who is a study abroad coach, I process hundreds of admissions every year. And I see oftentimes that the people we work with are matured clients. These are clients that have spouses, they have kids, and they're trying to relocate abroad. They don't want to leave their husbands behind. They don't want to leave their wives behind. So it is important for them to think about, I want my spouse to come with me, and then I want them to have a good life. Now, hi everybody, hope you're doing well. We're going to be sharing an in-depth understanding of how do you position if you are the spouse of somebody who is moving to Canada or moving to the UK. How do we position? I want to know where you're joining us from today. Good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Career Cafe with Dr. Addy. My name is Dr. Adiola Olubameji. I'm a career coach, a technologist, a philanthropist, and I'm Nigerian Canadian. I'm located in Chicago. And I'd like to get to know you a little bit. Can you tell us, at least in the comment section, where you're joining us from today so we can have an idea of who you are? Now, and after introducing yourself, if you're one of those people who happen to be the spouse of a new immigrant or a prospective new immigrant, my wife has received a UK visa, my husband has received a Canadian visa, I am accompanying my husband, I am accompanying my wife. Could you let us know in the comment section so that we can know if the people we're talking to today are actually here? Thank you, everybody. I see people from Nigeria, from different places. Thank you so much for joining us. I see from Malta. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you. Welcome. Let us know in the comment section whether you are in the situation, being a spouse of somebody who is coming to school. Now, the reason why this is very important for us to talk about is that a lot of times the clients that we have, they are usually clients that are older. They are in their 30s. They have worked hard to save the money. That is why they could actually be working with their spouse to say, you go to school and I will support you. Now, remember that once this person comes to school and you are coming as a dependent, we are hoping that first, you could be the one who opens the way to permanent residency for the family. You could be the one who gets the job with sponsorship. That is what we want. We want to make sure that we position you such that you are the one who actually opens the way for the family. For example, in Canada, multiple provinces, if you get a job offer, if a job offer in a particular type of field for different places, it would happen that you can get your permanent residency. Now, in such a case, how do you get a job offer for a professional type of a job? Not just I'm cleaning, I'm a cleaner, or I'm doing some call center job, is what we want to assess today. I'd like to know in the comment section, are you in this situation? Where are you located? And if you're in this situation, I would like to know what your whole situation is. Have you gotten a job? If you're in Canada, what part of Canada you are in, so that we can work with you on that. Or if you're one of those people who your wife or your husband has just received the visa, they are coming in January, all of you are coming, and you are thinking about your career, you're the one I'm talking to today. Now, there are a few things you have to keep in mind as the spouse of the person that is coming, who is willing that they are going to be the one who gets the job that will open the door to permanent residency for the family. This could also work for the UK, right? For the UK job market, if the husband gets a job that has sponsorship, then the whole family would be able to get the sponsorship situation sorted out. The first thing you want to assess in this case is you want to assess everything you have. Before you even make the move, it's important for you to assess your skills, assess your expertise, assess your qualifications, because that is your moment of truth. That is the beginning of what you have. Collating everything you have, sitting down with it, assessing it. What do I mean by assessing it? I would like you to understand, For what I have, what type of job can I do in Canada that is in demand? For what I have, what type of job can I do in the UK that is in demand? Now, some of you in other countries or where you're coming from, you could have a different job title, and in a new country, the job title is different. I'm moving away from assessing what you have, understanding what is it that you can do, to understanding the job market. The job market in the new country you're trying to move to is foreign to you, is something that you're not familiar with. You've not lived there before. You've not lived there before. So you want to know, what does the job market here look like? The first thing you want to know on that job market is what is trendy. What type of programs can I do? What type of job can I take on that is readily available within the new country that I'm going to? And what is the pay scale? So let's say back in Nigeria, I'm an architect. In Nigeria, I have done architecture all my life. And I'm the wife of the person who got admission, and we're coming to Canada. I want to understand, what is my prospect in Canada as an architect? First is, I want to know the market. I'll look at the jobs and say, are there architecture jobs? Under architecture, that field includes building and construction, right? So I would look within the building and construction industry to see what is trendy, what type of jobs are available. On the market today, construction project managers, they are highly sought after. This has tons of jobs on the market. Remember, architecture is a licensed field. If I'm coming to Canada as the spouse of somebody who got admission and I'm an architect, architecture is licensed. For me to become an architect in Canada, it could take me 1 to 2 years. So I have to look at adjacent careers that I can pivot into that doesn't require license, that if I get the skills and certifications for that, I can get a job. What is the career path I would choose in that case? Construction project management. That is very close to architecture, but it doesn't require the license that an architect has to get before they can practice in Canada. So I will pivot away from an architect career path. I will pivot to construction project management because that is the one I can get in fast. And my background align with it. I hope you're getting this point. The first thing you do, assess everything you have. Secondly, you want to understand the new market that you're in, or new market that you're about to get in. You want to understand this new market. What will it take to give me a job in my current field? I just explained the case of an architect. There's a license requirement. It will take about 2 years. If you now know what it will take to get you a job, also know what are the jobs that are in demand in my field in Canada. Then you can look at which one you should do based on what is in demand, and you stand a chance to be able to do it based on what you have. I hope this makes sense. Oftentimes, I see many people get excited about getting visas, but they are not excited about planning for their arrival. They are not excited about understanding the new market. They are not excited about strategizing how to win in that new market. They approach a new country with zero plan. You can see that I didn't tell the architect to go and become a business analyst. I didn't tell the architect to go and become a cybersecurity specialist. I asked the architect to assess the market and become a construction project manager, something that he is already doing, something that is already in his portfolio, something that he can claim his experience for. You know, every day, there is somebody that wants to say why you should not go abroad. I've woken up today, I've still seen a Somalian lady, or maybe it's an Eritrean, on Instablog saying Africans should not come to Canada. Don't come here. Why? Because she said, don't come here to come and do cleaning job. Don't come here to come and do farming job. She's angry because she sees our people come in and become cleaners and take up jobs that are lower than what they deserve. I've also worked with new immigrants who, before they arrive in Canada, they got job offers. I have worked with immigrants that within 2 months of arriving in Canada, they got 6-figure salaries. I have worked with new immigrants that within 1 year of living in Canada, they are buying houses. What differentiates my client from the people that lady is telling don't come? Don't come. You're a banker in your own country. Don't come here and be as a cleaner. Somebody just said, you have taken time to share my story. I'm an architect. I have done certification in construction project management, and on a pathway. You see? Because if you don't plan ahead of time, if you don't plan to think about that, he said he's an architect. He wasn't even thinking, let me go and become an architect in Canada because the certification and the licensing take time. He has thought about, let me pivot to construction project management and gotten the certification, and hopefully you can get all the skills. Now we can compete on that market without anybody saying you don't fit into our culture. When they say you don't fit into our culture, you know what they mean. You don't know the skill sets. You don't know the softwares that we use for the job. These are 15 things I need expertise for. And you don't know those 15 things. You didn't tell me on your resume that you know those things. You didn't also show the softwares that you're going to use for it. And then so they say you don't fit into the company culture. And then you are angry. It's because you didn't take time to actually study the new market. To say, okay, with this new market, this is what is required. Can I get that ahead of time? Every day, somebody is telling you to not move abroad. Every day, somebody is telling you Canada is hell. Every day, somebody is telling you it's a trap, don't come. But every day, we're changing lives. We're getting job offers for people. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you don't plan before you leave Africa, if you're coming from the UK to North America, you are not trying to understand the new job market. You think, maybe I'm coming from another abroad. It's not the same abroad. Your license to practice architecture in the UK cannot work for Canada. What sells in Canada today? Canada, we are building houses. We don't have enough homes. So architecture, construction, project management is selling. You can't compare that to what is selling in the US. You can't compare that to what is selling in the UK. They are not the same countries. Every new market you need to approach, you want to take a step back and do an assessment of your competence. You want to take a step back and do an assessment of your expertise. And then you want to sit down and say, for career path selection, what am I selecting that is lucrative in this new market? And then you go ahead to say, what is required by employers for this new thing that I have selected? I have seen many people who I was talking to a young man who is a supply chain manager with 15 years experience. He went to a boot camp for data analyst from one of the popular boot camp people. They told him that he can get a job abroad as a data analyst. So on his resume, he abandoned his 15 years supply chain and said, I'm a data analyst, I've worked for 3 months. And said, I want to get a job abroad. Before you change to a new career path, we have to make sure that that career path it has a base in where you're coming from. It can be baseless. It can be when you're trying to pick what is in demand in this new country. It can't be based on somebody has sold me a business analyst boot camp. They say I should abandon everything I've done for 20 years. It can't be based on that. And this is why myself as a career coach and the technical coaches, our lanes are not the same. My lane is to help you use what you have and understand how to position you in a new market. I'm not trying to eradicate who you are. Now, we want to move forward. Once you know this is the career path that I want to do in the new country, It could be what you're doing before. It could be that we pivot a little bit to something new, but it's not really new. You have the base. Then we want to know the skill sets. Once we now, for us at DTech Centric, we call that skill mapping. With skill mapping, we will uncover for you, for this new career path, what is the skill sets, what are the software skills, what are the different competencies, what are the certifications. Do you need to have a new degree? You will have it in front of you. And all of it. For it would be clear to you that if I get this thing, I can spread my wings and just fly. Then the next thing after that is upscaling. If there are certifications you need to get based on that list, if there are different softwares you need to learn based on that list, you can now spend the next 2 months, the next 3 months learning that. And let me tell you, there will be certifications, there will be qualifications for you to get. There will be software skills. Now, let me break this down a little bit. Now, our people, Africans, we are good at learning certifications. We are good at collecting certifications, but we are not good at learning technical competences. We are not good at learning softwares. We are not good at the technical competencies like softwares, programming. We're not good at that. In this new age, with digital transformation taking over the way we work, the way we do business, everything we do today, you need softwares. I'm talking to you now through Instagram. This is a software. When you book a session with me, you use a software called Mainstack. When you talk to me on a conversation on Zoom, we use Zoom. When you work with me, when you talk to our company in our DM, we use CRM platforms, customer relationship management platforms, to collect your information. Everything we do today, some of you found us because we did digital marketing through Facebook ads. Instead of picking flyers and distributing, we use Facebook ads. If anybody tell you today that certification is what is going to solve your problem, they lie through their teeth. They lie to you. You're not going to use the certification to do the work. You're going to use the softwares to do the work. If you're an architect, you know that today on the market, there is BIM. You need to understand what does that BIM means. What softwares are related to the BIMs. You need to know the CAD design softwares like AutoCAD, like Inventor, like SolidWorks. You're going to use them for design. You can't just say, I've gotten the certification, that's what I need. Nobody's going to give you a job. You will still be jobless. You and your certification. This is real. It's important because I see our people have certifications. They would say, oh, I've done PMP. I've done Scrum Master. And they don't know any software. They didn't even know what software connects to what core competence. They don't know. They don't know that, okay, it is this Power BI, the core competence for it is data visualization. They don't know that, oh, they just say, I learned Power BI. That is a software. Under what core competence does it belong? Data visualization. Is data visualization all you need to know? There is data cleaning. There is data warehousing. There are data lakes. There is data analytics. There is statistical analytics. And there is more of that under the data analysis portfolio. I'm explaining this because I don't want you to leave this place and say, Dr. Adi said I have to upskill. And then you go giddy and say, okay, they say his certification I have to get. No. Certification is an added advantage. But the first place to start is to know, first of all, what is the career path? Have we tested it? Is it the right one for that country? Then what are the competencies and the associated softwares? And then what are the certifications? In that order. You find out first what is the career path that we're going to focus on that has solid root in your background. Not that we went from nursing and moved to cybersecurity, there is no connection. Because everybody said that's what I should do. Who are the everybody? Are they career coaches? Please, let's make sure the amount of frustration that is being poured out by people living in the UK, by people living in Canada every day is too much. People are frustrated. People are frustrated because there's so much money that has been spent and there is very little direction in terms of what they should do to get return on their investment. People are frustrated, and every day there's somebody trying to sell you a course. Somebody is trying to make you a software engineer today. Tomorrow, you see another course, come and be a cybersecurity analyst. Next tomorrow is Scrum Master. Another day is project management. Another day is data analytics. Everybody is trying to pivot you into a new place. What about where you have spent 15 years? Where you have spent 15 years, can't we maximize that? Do you have to go and restart? Even if you have to pivot, can we not pivot into something close enough? Like we explained architect and construction project management. That architect has been doing when you are an architect, you are managing projects. You are managing projects. So you are technically a project manager, a construction one. So we don't have to cross you from there and move you over from architect, go and become a cybersecurity specialist. So, like I said, you can't live here thinking all you heard from Dr. Adi is go and get certification. No. First, let's do career path selection. Secondly, let's analyze skill mapping. Let's know what skills is required for those. Number 3, where we do skill mapping is when we find out the competencies, the softwares associated with it, we find out the certifications. I am a technical expert, I'm a hiring manager, and I believe that it's important for you to know the software skills than it is for you to have the certification. Based on the fact that the software is what you use every day. That's what you use to do the work. So I want you to consider having that first. If you now get the certification, it's an added advantage. It shouldn't be the other way around where you go get 15 certifications and you have 0 skill sets. Why is this also important? For those of us who are coming from Africa, the softwares that we're using in Africa, I mean no disrespect, but they are very small. A lot of the work we do, we don't use any software, or we use Excel, or very small software. If we don't use software today, but you have 10 years experience in that field, for you to go and really prosper in that field in another country, you need to know those softwares. That's why you can lay claim that you are an experienced person. Else, for what you have even been doing for 20 years, you will get to a new country, you will be wondering, is this the same field that I've been doing in my own country? It will not look the same. It will look different because you have not been using software where you're coming from. In some cases, you've even been using softwares. It's just that the softwares you are using is not what is popular in a new country. In Nigeria, maybe for your CRM platform, they are familiar with Zoho. Maybe in Canada, Salesforce. Salesforce is what we're using in America, in Canada. But they both do the same job. Salesforce and Zoho are both CRM platforms. Now, when you now do the skill mapping for Canada, it will bring up Salesforce. So you can start to think, let me quickly learn Salesforce. With my knowledge of Zoho, I can quickly learn Salesforce. So now I have two options for my CRM. Now I have the one that they use in Canada. This is important because you cannot run from your shadow. If you think, I saw one lady put up this, when this thing was trending last week that if you don't have Canadian experience, they don't give you a job. So she now put a video out that how to avoid that if you don't have Canadian experience and still get a job. The first thing on our list is that you should not include the name of the company you work for. I laughed. I laughed because including the name and that you should not include the location. That if the company you work for is in Nigeria, don't include that it's in Nigeria. Don't include that. That is not going to make you get the job. What will make the employer get excited about you are the core competencies you have. The fact that the software they use, that. They see your resume and they see it, and all the software you were mentioning are the same one the company has. Those are the same softwares they use today. Then your resume starts to feel familiar. It starts to look like something they can work with. But if you feel like if you remove the country that work happened, that's going to get you the job, you lie. Because that doesn't do anything. That is not selling you in any way. What sells you is when you show me that what I want you to come and do, you've done it before. And the software that I have purchased is what you used. Then I will feel like if you come in today, you can come in and hit the ground running and start working and delivering. So it is very critical for us to prioritize understanding the market. When we don't understand the market, we will stress ourselves. Another example of that, in the UK, they do Prince 2 instead of PMP. If you're doing project management, Prince 2 is very common in the UK. That's the certification they like. In Canada, Prince 2 is not common. When you do Prince 2 and you didn't do PMP, people will look at you and say, Prince 2? Because that is not common there. The same with different softwares. In this country, they use another software to do the same thing. In your country, they use another thing. So for the new job market you are in, do you understand that job market? You may be an expert in your field, but if you don't know the new job market, you won't know how to position. Before you start to learn anything at all, you need to talk to a career coach. You need to get support to know what's the career path, what is it going to be? What is this job market needing? Then the third thing is, when I saw this lady's video, she said you should download the Canadian resume template online. Download the Canadian resume template. I laughed to that too. Why did I laugh? Because it's not by the resume template. It's by the content of the resume. If the content of the resume is not good, your resume will not pass through the applicant tracking system, so no human eye is even going to see it. The applicant tracking system analyzes the content of your resume against the content of the job description and say your match rate based on the content. It doesn't care how it's arranged. It just cares about the fact that, do you have the competencies? Do you have the right keywords? And this boils down to understanding what is important for your new job market. We're explaining this because I am seeing marriages being threatened because my husband can't find a job and he has relocated to Canada because he followed me to school. Now my husband is hungry at home every day. He's angry and saying it's me that said we should come here. We've sold everything we have. Now he can't get a job. He's angry with me and yelling at the kids. He's sitting down at home. He has never done that before. We don't want that. We don't want your marriage to scatter because your husband accompanied you to come to Canada. We don't want your wife to start to get mad and cry every day because she can't get a job. We don't want that. We don't want your marriage that was always the envy of everybody to become sour because of lack of job market understanding. We don't want that. I am a career coach, and every day, There is at least 2 people that will come and cry to me. Doctor, you have to help me. Every day. Whether they live in the US or the UK or Canada or Australia, every day. I talk to about 8 to 10 people every day, depending on maybe it's 30 minutes or 1 hour session. 8 to 10 people. These 8 to 10 people that I talk to every day, I must tell you at least 2 people will cry every day. So I have been privileged to hear about marriage issues. Apart from job search issues, I've been privileged to hear about marriages that broke because there is no job. So it is very important that we prioritize our career. Go, we have to. Because if you don't have money to take care of your family and you're not used to sitting at home, you're not used to not having money to take care of your family, and you've sold everything you have, you've moved to a new country, my back on a day, you start to pepper you. You'll be angry. And let me tell you, in the middle of, people are not getting jobs, people are getting jobs every day. There are job offers that we have right now that I'm sitting on, that I've not posted because I want those people to start the work first. I want them to start the job. When they start the job, I'll now post them. Every week we're getting jobs. Every week. There's 7 job offers. There's 5 job offers. And these ones are interviewing. Every week. And then you are there refusing to get help. You have to get help. There are people who have come to these countries before you. There are people who understand this country. They have to help you and know how to position. You can't just keep clicking everything on social media. I saw the resume. I saw this resume. I grab it. I saw this resume. I grab it. Yes, thank you. Yes, I know. I'm solving real problems. There are moments where I'm sitting with husbands and wife. I'm not a counselor. I'm turning to a counselor and assuring them and saying, within 2 months, you will get a job. This condition is going to change. Don't fight each other anymore. Just know that in 2 months, and we are on it. Like, okay, and then they get the job and come back and say, Dr. Ali, we've gotten the job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for helping us through it. Because marriage, the marriage is about to collapse. When people don't find the right jobs, they lose their self-esteem. They lose themselves. They cry every day. Things are worse. Voices are escalated in marriages. So when we come here and I share these things, it's because I want you to sit down and say, what is my situation? This is it. The year is about to end. 5 more weeks and 2023 will be a thing of the past. For 2024, what do you want to do different? What do you want to do different? What is it that we have to do to help you to win in 2024? How can I help you position in this job market that you're in? In that same UK, my mentees are getting sponsorship jobs. One of them sent me a message 2 days ago and listed out, there's a company that wants to pay me £80,000 and she has 2 job offers, job prospects, and say, should we go this way or go this way? And that is the same country. And she already has a job that actually is filing for her in a big 4 company in that same UK. She didn't do tech. She has masters of law. No tech. No tech. I'm explaining this because the Bible says where there is a casting down for others, there will be a lifting up for you. And this lifting up is yours if you embrace your reality and get help. Others will find it hard, but where there is a casting down for them, you will be lifted up. The Bible also said 1 will chase 1,000 and 2 will chase 10,000. And this is why I tell my clients, you have gone, when you work with me, you have gone from 1 that is chasing 1,000 to 2 that is chasing 10,000. And we cannot live the same way we lived in 2023, aimlessly, not understanding the job market, not fine-tuning our resume, not updating our LinkedIn profile for it to be attracting opportunities to us, not understanding the language of the new market. We cannot live like that in this new year that we're about to go into. We cannot do that. Now we move on we've now finished the technical part. We are going to the selling part. Now, you know the softwares, you know the core competencies, you've gotten the certification. How do you sell it? How do you sell it in the new market? Your resume, it doesn't have mouth, but it speaks for you where you cannot show your face. That resume has to always think about three people: applicant tracking system, the recruiter, and the hiring manager. You have to think, every line you are thinking, what did I put here for the applicant tracking system? Line here, what did I put here for the recruiter? What did I put here for the hiring manager? Your resume cannot just be done aimlessly. It is your tool for warfare. This is your arrow, this is your bow, this is your sword, this is your knife, that is your resume. So you can't have a watered down resume that cannot sell you in a market that is highly competitive, especially in a country like Canada. I tell people that Canada is like Hunger Games. Canada recruits the best of every country and put them together and say, fight each other for food. Oh yeah, fight each other for food. So you can't have an average resume in Canada. If you do, you will not get the job. You will get sorry. You will be sorried every day. Why? Because there are 500 other people whose resume is so good, they are so good that they will never pick you. The Indians are here with their armies of softwares and their armies of certifications. The Chinese are here who are ready to work and work. We have the Canadians themselves that own the country. They don't own the country, we all own the country. And then we have the people who went to school in Canada. And then you come with your resume that was not worked on by the likes of Dr. Adi that understand what it takes to face that war. I know what it takes to face that war. Whether you're in the UK, you're in Canada, you know, anywhere, I know what it takes for you to win it. I do. So you can't just go to war with no ammunition. You will get killed. So it is absolutely, after core competencies, the number one thing you need to learn is how to sell yourself. You have to know, how do I sell myself through my resume? How do I sell myself with my LinkedIn profile? How do I sell myself in such a way that whoever sees this resume will be like, wow, we've been waiting for you. Who is this person? Get me this person. If your resume is not selling you such that somebody says, wow, when they see it, should be that is if they see it. What if applicant tracking system have kicked it out? You have to understand, how do I sell myself in such a way that I will first of all bypass the applicant tracking system. Number two, when anybody that sets their eyes on this resume, it will wow them. We want to pray, but we have to work. You know, some people will pray and say, any eyes that see my resume, they should like it. Prayer alone cannot do that one. Let's edit that resume such that physically, before we put spiritual, physically anybody that sees that resume, they are like, wow, you know, this person know a lot. This person know all the software we have. This person, oh my God, this person is explaining the impact of their work. And if they can do half of what they did on that job, they can get this job done. Remember that every hiring manager has a problem that they want to solve. That's why they hired you. Or they want to hire you. That's why they advertise that position. So you have to present yourself like the person who can solve that problem. Okay. I have shared a lot about LinkedIn. The last job I got came from LinkedIn. I didn't apply for it. I was contacted and I got that job. The job I got before that, I also didn't apply for it. So your resume alone is not what you need to work on. We need to work on your LinkedIn. It has to be extremely good. It has to be so good that the SEO will be popping. It will be bringing opportunities to you. It has to bring opportunities to you. If your LinkedIn can't bring opportunities to you, it's not good enough. Every day, my LinkedIn still brings opportunities to me. I'm no longer in corporate, but people from corporate still. Today, somebody still contacted me that is a company that wants to do binder jetting. They would like to talk to a consultant. How much is my fees per hour? Today, I don't even do that anymore. Today. Why? Because my LinkedIn is fully optimized with the right SEO. So it will always bring opportunities to me in my field, even if I'm no longer doing that. Now, yes, Canadianize your resume, but make sure the content is good enough to do more than is Canadianized. It's actually so good for that market that if you know what I used to say, if I apply for a job, I would say, if they need anybody, they will call me for that job. If they don't call me, they didn't need anybody. They're not serious. That's how good my resume is. I know that. Networking. We can get the resume done. We can get a LinkedIn profile done. Understanding the job search strategies is key. Job search strategy, where should I apply to? Not just Indeed and LinkedIn. Where else should I be placing my resume? How else should I be looking for these jobs? Should I use the hidden job market? Should I be looking at connecting with people? Should I go to conferences? Should I connect with people on LinkedIn? Should I conduct informational interviews? Networking can truly help you. For example, in our global and thriving community, every now and then, different people will post jobs and say, my company is hiring. My company is hiring. If you want to apply for any job, I can give you a referral. And you will see within the community, people will recommend other people for jobs and they will get those jobs. Referral works. 47% of jobs that are gotten through referrals. So who do you know? Who do you know that have the same type of job you have in another company? Is their company hiring? Can you really reach out to them? It's not pride, though. It's not. If you're the husband or wife of a student and you're trying to get a job, I would say every point I have shared today, career path selection, skill mapping, now career skilling up, optimizing your resume and LinkedIn, job search strategies that never fail, networking opportunities, referrals through hidden job market. They're great. But at our upcoming bootcamp, I'll be breaking down all of this for you. We will work on your resume on that call, in that bootcamp. Together, you will optimize your LinkedIn profile in demand right there. You will optimize your resume in demand right there. You will understand what's my career path that I'm supposed to select right there. You will get an understanding of skill mapping, what is required right there. My aim is, people say, oh, I don't have money to buy cap. We condense cap together for this. Don't miss it out. Don't miss out on it. 5 weeks before 2023, let's take this chance to put together a plan for 2023, so 2024, so you can win. Canadian job market is full of office politics. So if you now even finish, you get that job. There are a couple of things that could happen. Maybe you didn't negotiate well, or you didn't negotiate at all. You just accepted the job. You might have lowballed yourself. You might not have asked for the right money. Now, let's say you even get the job you entered. There is office politics to deal with. How do I maneuver my way through office politics? How do I understand how to negotiate for the right pay so they don't lowball me by 10,000, by 40,000 because I didn't negotiate? How do I interview well? All of this will be taught at the boot camp. Definitely want to tell you, the boot camp is on the 7th and 8th of December. Do not miss it. Don't miss it. We're going to do sales from tomorrow. The sales is going to be Black Friday sales. It starts on Wednesday, it ends on Monday next week. Save your money. Please save your money. Buy the ticket to the boot camp so that we can help you to be able to get to your next level, help you prepare for a better 2024. If you are the student, you can also join the boot camp to be able to know how do I maximize the school that I'm going right now, the education I'm collecting. If you are the husband, let's get you a job. Let's get you an understanding of how to position. Not only for the job, but when you get the job, how do you even win? My hope is this, that every immigrant who dare to move abroad, every immigrant who dare to sell the things they have and say, you know what, I'm going to go and give this abroad a chance, that they don't come here and wallow in poverty and regret their move and lose their marriage or their family members because they relocated abroad. We want you to keep thriving the same way you were thriving back home, that you were able to save the money that you use to purchase the ticket and do your admission or apply for PR. Please join the boot camp. Let's revamp your career. Let's revive it. It is called Career Revival because by the time you finish that boot camp, definitely your life will not remain the same. Yeah. Thank you for your time today. Do you have any question for me before I go? So I can take them. I haven't seen any question yet. Thank you for buying a badge. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. All right. If there are no questions for me, we'll be in the, how do I get the information of the boot camp? Please, will the one-on-one be on sale? Yes, one-on-one will be on sale. The boot camp will be on sale. Career Accelerator program will be on sale. Our end-to-end program will be on sale. Every of our program will be on sale for those days. Grab your seats on time, especially for one-on-one. If you don't grab your seat on time, they will throw you to March 2024. So get your seat on time. The day they start, get your seat and go straight and say, yeah, schedule my appointment. The boot camp, we are taking 200 people. Please make sure that the 200 seats did not go and fill up. And then Career Accelerator program will have, so there's 15% off all our programs. All our programs. Yes, you can get a one-on-one with me. It's $250. The boot camp is $200. If what you need is, I need career support, the boot camp is what you need to come to. That is where you need to come. For me, I need some analysis of my personal life. It is the one-on-one. This is what you do first before you go and meet a technical coach and be learning one Scrum Master. You come to the boot camp. Let's choose a path so that you are not just merry-go-rounding, dilly-dallying, collecting everything that you don't need, please. Thank you so much. Thank you for always giving me your audience. I personally believe that every marriage have a chance to survive abroad if both partners make good money. If they get to work and both of them are making good money, love is sweet. I'm married. If I ask my husband for something, he can buy it for me. Love is sweet too. If I ask him for something, he can't buy it for me, then I'll be carrying small shoulder. In my home, my husband make more money than me, so I call him my king. If my husband has been my king from Nigeria, And then he moves to America and he doesn't have a job. And then he's losing his king status. Do you think he will be happy? He will not be happy. He will not be happy. Yes, if you need the EB2NIW, you come and book the one-on-one. The sales will start tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. When they announce it in the morning, just grab your slot immediately and run and say, oh yeah, schedule me right now. So they schedule you. Grab your seat. Thank you all for being here. Every day for the next 4 days, I call this my Thanksgiving Instagram Live. Every day for the next 4 days, I will come on Instagram Live on my break to share information, to share everything. Why? Because I'm thankful for you. In America, this is our Thanksgiving week. This is bigger than Christmas for us in America. Thanksgiving is when we celebrate. And Thanksgiving is when we offer things. So we are offering discounts, and I'm offering these IG lives, sharing information to support my community. Thank you for your consistency, for staying with me, for believing me, for always making me feel like I'm a rock star. Thank you. Without you, we don't have a business. You are the engine that powers this community. Your questions, your comments, your remarks, your prayers is what is sustaining me, is what is sustaining the company. Thank you for your consistency. Keep bringing the people that we can help. We want to change the narrative of what it means to be Black. We want to change the narrative of what it means to be African. We want to change the narrative of what it means to be a woman. We want to change the narrative of how people see us. And I really hope that many lives will continue to be saved through the work that we do. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you at the same time tomorrow. The next 4 days, we're getting some revivals on here. Thank you so much. Thank you. And to the person that bought the badge, God bless you. I appreciate you. Take care, everybody. I'm thankful for you again. Thank you. Take care. Bye now.